Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Stock Market Morning Prep video for Friday, February 20th. A lot of the same, guys. It's been boring out there. This has been probably the worst week as far as movement and volatility that I've seen in a long, long time. And I thought really we were going to try to kind of push out of this range, whether it be up and or down. But unfortunately, we are still stuck in this range, inside days all week. Pretty much all the same of in February. I think we had a little bit of movement early February, the first week, and then the other last week and this week has just been brutal. I mean, it has been brutal. So this video will be extremely short, and I apologize, but there's really nothing to sugarcoat anything. There's nothing to say. We're waiting, and the market continues to wait on a direction. We had some economic data that wasn't so great this week, but the markets are resilient. They can remain to stay in this range. And us as traders have to realize and say, hey, you know, if there's nothing going on, don't trade just to trade, because then if you're getting chopped up in this low volatility environment and lack of movement, then when the market does move, you're going to need to start making that money back again. And that's not what we want to do, right? We have to identify what the market has given us, and then we have to react to that, okay? Just quick look at the SPY 10-minute chart here. Exactly what I'm showing you. You could see that there's absolutely no movement. 3, 4 candles down, a couple up, 2 down. Then we just go sideways into lunch, back up again, and then we close at the highs of the day, that is. And then the same thing here happened yesterday, and just no movement. There's no follow-through in any of the indices that we follow. Nothing at all. And this is brutal. This is not a good environment right now. Take a look at the spiders. You can see here we broke out of that bull flag that we identified a little over a week ago, and we've gone nowhere. We're sit here for the last 5 days doing absolutely nothing. Now, we have our indicators that are tracking higher, which is nice, but we have no movement. There is absolutely nothing going on. Now, can you pick on a direction? No, but that's not what technical analysis is about, right? It's about saying, all right, the path of least resistance is higher. Let's wait for a little bit of a pullback before we can get in. And when you look at that, even a 10-minute chart or 5-minute chart, you're not getting a pullback, much of a pullback at all. So we have to just be patient. Things will break out or break down, one of the two. It's just a matter of time. It's the timing effort that when is it going to be? Today, tomorrow? Nobody knows. Here's the transports. Now, this is something that's concerning to me. This is something that if the markets do break out, right, and we know that the XLF, which is the banks and financials, they were doing a little bit better. Yields started to rise a little bit. That helps the banks and financials. Also, the IWM, as we all know, is heavily weighted. Not heavily weighted, but 25%, at least 25%. So that'll help the IWM, which is the Russell 2000 ETF. But you have the transports here just sitting there. Really can't break out. Now, it did officially. I mean, if you see this triangle here, this pattern, it did break out. But it just kind of fell back down again. We haven't had any legs really to the upside. So watch what the transports do, because I think that might be a good leading indicator as far as where this market may be headed, okay? So let's just keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at the Russell. Now, again, we broke out. Now, this actually is a good thing. You know, when they say, oh, we broke out, but we didn't go anywhere. Well, we broke out. We're at least now basing on the upper end of support, which was resistance. That's a very good sign. And to me, that is a very bullish. And if you look at this area here, figure 122.25, let's call it, that's really what we need to do to take this out. If we could take 122.25 out and maybe a nice big spike in volume here, and then I think we'll start continually making new highs here in the markets. And I think this ETF or index will move everything else along with it. Okay, so that's something that we're going to be watching. Okay, so you can see it's a little bit of a mixed bag. The diamonds here rolled over, but haven't gone anyway. Inside days, and now we're starting to make a little bit of lower high. No big deal, because we're just actually pulling back. But you get what I'm trying to say here. This doesn't look like it looks like there's lack of conviction that buyers are just not interested at these levels. So we'll see. I mean, this is really what we do as traders, is sit and wait really a lot of the time. And lastly is the Qs, which the Qs actually have followed through, and that is really, guys, because of Apple. Apple will continue to make new highs again. So I would discount this a little bit, although this is nice to see, because if the IWMs break out, then the transports break out, and we see banks and financials move along, this is definitely going to help the rally, okay? So we'll see. Let's see what happens here. And we'll wait. Next week is the last week in February, so we usually get some mutual fund inflows towards the end of the week, getting into the last day or two before and then thereafter. So we'll just keep an eye on things. But again, guys, very, very quiet. No need to go crazy, especially today. Today is a Friday. We're literally ended the week already. Can't believe that the week was just flew right by. But take your time. Look for the best setups. Again, when in doubt, stay out, and cash is a position. We all know that, okay? Have a great week and all, and I'll speak to you on Monday. Take care.